G'day fellas. If you're watching this video within the first 5 hours of it being uploaded, it means that we're probably still live on Twitch. After the first 5 hours, we're going to be heading over to twitch.tv/ESOCTV, where they're hosting the final to the Good House Cup between Kaiserklein and Hazza. So I encourage you to head over to my channel if it's within the first 5 hours of the video being uploaded, and if it's after that, hopefully the games are still ongoing. So I'll see you over there. Say g'day in the chat for me, and other than that, enjoy the video.
Nice to be with you, man.
Yeah, good to have you on. So do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? So where are you from?
I'm from Greece.
From Greece.
I'm a mechanical engineer. I have been playing Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 2 Conquerors back in the days. And then when Definitive Edition came up, I wanted to catch up and play strategy games. And I found you, who you inspired me, and I learned so much from you. That's why I joined your community, your streaming, and everything. And I learned so much from you. And because I'm a competitive player, I want to continue doing that. And thus, you give me the opportunity to do that.
Oh, that's really good to hear.
With your videos, with everything you're doing, you're giving us details for everything. So we really, really appreciate that.
No, it's good fun. I enjoy doing it. I often tell people that one of my very first experiences with coaching for Age of Empires was when I was like 15 years old and I just got the game, and I used to play it with my dad, and he would play French, and essentially I would write down the build orders for him, and his strategy that I set him up with was a 20 Coureur de Bois age up.
I've seen the video, I think.
Yeah.
Or was it the live streaming? I think it was a video.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about the civilizations you play. Obviously, we've got the British screen in the background at the moment. Is this your main civ?
I love Brits.
You love
I was
Brits?
always playing Brits. Yeah.
All right.
Longbowman. Used to back in the day,
Okay, all right. So what I might do, I might just, I'm going to switch the scenes, but I'm going to try adding in a further, let's see if we can put in Twitch chat over the top of it. All right, guys, you should be seeing yourselves like a little bit of a mirror. I don't know how this is going to look in game, so we'll move it around, but I just figure we'll do this. That way people, if they want to watch it in full screen, because I suspect I might be talking with chat a little bit during this, just because obviously it's not offline, we're online now, so I might, there we go. All right. How are you guys looking, chat? Can you see yourselves? Can you see yourselves all nice and Gucci down in the corner? Now, I guess the problem is that's my game. We probably want that one there. All right, so let me try this.
You picked the wrong guy to tangle with here, mate.
All right, there. Cool. All right. We'll adjust it in the game and see how you guys are doing. You know what? I don't actually mind it in this one. We can do it like this for now. All right. Let's queue up. Oh, let's have a look at your decks first. I'll just jump in and have a quick check.
This is what I mostly use for 1v1.
Okay, let me have a look. Yep, okay. Do you have a water deck for 1v1?
No, because I don't know how to play with water yet, to be honest.
I'll make you a water deck. It's very simple. So what you're going to do is just copy this deck and call it 1v1W. All right, and all you're going to do is get rid of the 15% wood chopping in Age 1, and you're just going to put in a frigate in Age 3.
I need to move something from Age?
No, you can just chuck the frigate in. Yep. My only other suggestion would be to get rid of the 25% coin card, Royal Mint, and just put in 5 Hussars instead. Yeah, and probably do that in the other 1v1 deck as well. Yeah, that's a pretty good looking deck. Probably take a lot of pictures of this deck.
Well, I've maybe I should change this also to these ones, even though I don't think that 1v1 games be that far on time
Yeah,
length. Let's
I
say.
don't think it's that important.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Perfect. That looks great. There's a couple of other cards, but I think like overall this is pretty good deck. You've got all the upgrades in there. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we can back out of that, and then hit search. Oh, sorry.
So
Actually,
mostly yeah.
just go back in. Just open it up. So the chat's just saying the game removed the wrong card. Just go back to deck builder. It has this bug. What did it remove? It removed. What did it remove? Go back to 1v1 order. It removed 2 Falcons. Whew.
Okay. Yeah.
Jeez. Whew. Thank you, chat.
Thanks for noticing. Yeah.
All right. Well done. I'm glad we're doing this live.
Thanks for having me, man. It's really an honor. What I want to say is I usually start with building an instant trade post so I can get the Virginia company fast enough.
Okay, so are you doing 3 Vills, then Virginia Company?
Yes.
You picked the wrong guy to
And the thing
tangle
is,
with
if
here,
the map has a treasure with the wood, I'm in luck. Otherwise, I put instantly 3 people chopping wood down so I can get the 1 house. And also sometimes I am gathering 100 extra foods to make a market and then research the wood.
Right,
I don't
okay.
know.
All right, we'll have a look what you're doing in the first game. Is it normally a pretty quick queue for you, or is it something that takes a little bit longer?
Around 2 minutes, I guess.
Okay, that's not too bad. So you mentioned before you played Age of Empires 2. I've been getting into it recently. I tell you what, it's a totally different game, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't played for like 15 years or something.
Yeah, wow. That's interesting, because I remember reading something and it said people tend to play what they played when they were younger. So if you played a game when you were younger, like if you played Age of Empires 3, 15 years ago, then you're going to be more likely to play Age of Empires 3
Well,
now.
Here's a fun fact. My sister, who is a civil engineer, she was playing Age of Empires 3 with her friends, and she was beating them. So I decided to play with Age of Empires 3. She's very good. She had like 1,200 hours on it, and she's playing French. Very
Wow,
good, to be
jeez.
honest. Yeah.
Now, someone in chat's asking, what's your ELO? Do you know off the top of your head what your ELO is?
It's around 1,100-ish.
Okay, so a little bit
18,
above average.
My 2v2 is like 1,200.
Right, okay.
Had pretty good games yesterday, to be honest.
Okay. Caution error. ELO is your rating in the game. So ELO is, I can't remember what it stands for. I think it's just a system, but it's basically what chess uses, and it's what this game uses to track players' skill levels. So everybody starts off at 1,000, and you either move up or move down or stay about the same.
Well, the good part is on the higher percentage in winning. I try to keep that up. And
Right,
here's the
okay,
game.
yeah. Cautionary, you can find your own ELO on your profile screen. So if you go into the game and you just hit profile, it'll come up here. This is your ELO.
Go. I hate playing against these guys. They're rushers and...
All right. What was the civilization, the enemy civilization?
Lakota?
Lakota, okay.
Something like that, yeah.
All right, so for the first game, I'm going to mute my microphone to you. I'll be talking to chat at the same time.
Fine.
And then we'll have a chat after the game. All right, chat, it's just me and you. Let's see if I can turn up this stream. There we go. All right, I might change the title of the stream as well. Instead of Sweden and chill, we're going to be coaching and chill. All right, that's all updated now.
Here we go. I forgot already.
So he's gone for the trading post. So I think this is quite a standard British... Well, I might actually just double check how you guys are looking in chat. Maybe is like something like this okay for you guys? How's that? Up there. It does feel very intimate, doesn't it? I'm almost like sitting back a little bit. I'm not sure if you can like tell if my voice is moving further away from you guys. Alright. So we're watching over at the moment, so he's found an 80 wood treasure, but he's still chopping. Oh, he's got one villager still chopping right now. And his shipment's gonna come in. Okay, he's gonna have time. Now he should have gone the water deck, he didn't. Especially on Patagonia. Oh, and he missed the reset there. So he's still got a villager that's chopping wood. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Jack. So now he's moving in. Now, one of the things he's not doing is he's not microing as he's moving in. So he should be hitting the treasure guardian as he's moving in as well. I don't want to move the mouse like this because if I do it, like it brings up the UI. So I'm just gonna assume that you guys know what I'm talking about. All right. So I don't like this scouting pattern either. He probably should be scouting on the other side of the map, but it's not a super big deal. He's got 115 wood at the moment. Now, that's not an issue. He shouldn't panic at the moment. He should... Yes, he's done the right thing. You just turn around and fight her. As long as he doesn't bring another villager out and start hitting your explorer, you should be okay. Okay, that's a problem. So he's got to crack shot that. So he's going to lose his explorer here, definitely. Look at those two Lakota mines right next to each other. Gosh, they look weird, don't they? So ideally, you'd be bringing it closer to home instead of... Will I am? The player rating is about 1100. Brits really are the old school Swedes, aren't they? Alright, so he's putting a market down as well. This is before he's aging up, so I don't know if I agree with that, but... And up with the outpost, let's see how quickly he transitions. So, I do actually agree with where he's moving his vills. Because he's up against the Lakota, he's going to need these inner trees when the Lakota begins raiding him. So if he chops these inner trees immediately, he's going to have nowhere that he can go if he's under pressure. So let's watch. Oh, he's one food short. He's going to get Gangsaw, I'm assuming. There we go. Gets Gangsaw in the market. So everything's looking pretty good from here. Like his build is, like I'm happy with it. I don't have any criticism of it. And doing really good with the houses as well. Hopefully he's not going to be building the house with 2 vills. Okay, so what's happening here is an error. So what he wants to be doing is building a house with a single villager. And the reason why is because there's diminishing returns on building with villagers. So your first villager, as an example, if you're building a barracks, it'll take 30 seconds. If you build it with 2 villagers, it's going to take 24 seconds. So if you've got 2 villagers on a barracks, takes 24 seconds. But if you have 1 villager on 2 barracks each, like 2 vills on 2 separate barracks, they will build those 2 barracks in 30 seconds. So it's much more efficient to have a single villager building a single manor. So that's one thing to remember. Now keep in mind, I'm not going to be able to remember everything that I'm talking about here, so I'm expecting that Ruthless is going to go back and watch this again. So sending 700 wood, that's a correct choice. Now, the tower placement, I would say this isn't optimal. He's not really protecting anything with it. He's going to get a good line of sight, but there's no real protection that it's offering. I would have been moving it a little bit closer to the wood line over near where his barracks is. Now, we've also gone... no Aris Tarantino, no point in using that. Alright, so... He's gone very idle here. So idle villages as well as idle muskets. So when you're aging up and going into this, you should be, you should be coming out of the gates and you should be pumping out musketeers. So we've had an idle TC now for probably close to like 40 seconds, maybe 50 seconds, which isn't good because we've shipped Virginia Company, but we're not doing anything with our TC. So still idle at the moment. So one of the ways that you can mitigate this is you can set up a metronome. So you can go to Google and just type in metronome. And you can type in like a 25-second metronome. And so here we see a little bit of a panic. So the most important thing is you've got to find those villages that are out far. We're okay. So he's doing a really good job with the walling of the manors. I like this a lot at the front. Ideally, I'd love to see him wall around the right-hand side where the cav's coming through. It's a little bit late for it now, but really good idea. So he's already begun moving in his settlers. So
You picked the wrong guy to tangle with here, mate.
loses 2 of them. So quite unfortunate. So what he should have done is the one that was getting snared by the Sioux Explorer, you got to command that one separately. You can't command it with everybody. If you command it with everybody, then everyone is going to be at the snared speed. But if you command it by individually, so if you group all of them and you say go in the town center and then you click the one that's getting attacked and then you click that in separately, all of the rest of them are going to be running into the town center at maximum speed. Whereas that one who's snared, he's going to be a lot slower. So now we've also shipped 6 muskets. I think this is an overreaction. By going 6 muskets, it's investing a lot in the military right now that he doesn't really need. Like, the most pressure he's received has been what? Like just 4 axe riders? That's really been it. And 5 muskets is more than enough to hold that off. Yeah, so I think in this situation, 5 vills would have been a lot better. Or because he's got Virginia Company, 600 wood would have been even better than that. But he is getting his vill count up, and he's bought back his Explorer, so this is a bit interesting. It's very rare that I buy back my Explorer. Though it is, I guess I am somewhat infamous for not using it enough. So it looks like he's starting to set himself up for a bit of a Fortress Age timing here. He's shipping the 700 coin. So I like the way that he's positioned the houses. I think it's smart. There's a couple of different ways, different schools of thoughts on how you can position your houses, but I do like this with the wall. The only thing is, if possible, I would have preferred these 4 houses to be over on the right-hand side, sort of blocking in completely from that north-facing direction. And now we're overgathering a little bit as well, overgathering a bit of coin. But I guess it doesn't really matter because it does look like he's going to be able to gather it all up and still not have too much idle time. Now, he should be collecting this coin with all of the villages that he's got at his TC, with like 6 or 7 villages. So he's really got no idea what his opponent's doing at this stage. He's up in score, but he is Brits, so it doesn't really count. With Brits, so he's going for the covered wagon, so I would probably be going for the caravel and the 400 wood, and then shipping the caravel to the pond. I think in this situation, that's going to be best. It's very greedy to go the covered wagon, especially in 1v1, and especially against Lakota. Depending on what we see the enemy player do. Frisius, so the matchup is Lakota versus Brits, and the rating is roughly 1100. Let's see if he gets... So he does the perfect walls as well. Took a little bit of time doing it, but I think once you get the hang of it, it makes it a lot easier, so... Happy to excuse that, and gets a nice kill. So we can see the Rifle Rider switch has happened. That is a lot of Rifle Riders. So his opponent has done the... I think it's the Shining Star card, or the Shining Moon card. And we straight away see, so Ruthless is now making muskets in response to this, and that's the incorrect unit, because Rifle Riders counter musketeers. They do very, very well. That Night Star, yeah, that's the card. Thank you, Ace. So now we've got this problem where we're building musketeers, and we've got a whole bunch of cav that runs around at 8 movement speed, and we've got a covered wagon that's going to be coming in 30 seconds, or less than 30 seconds, and we've got no way that we can defend it. So it's a bit of a scary sight, especially those Rifle Riders. I would not be wanting to pick a fight right now with them. If if we had aged up with the... oh, he's just going to give him the Explorer for free. Oh, this is a... Wow, he just got the Explorer for free. That's great. It's a bit of a noob bait there. So he wants to be building longbows is the unit that he wants to be building. And now, here we go with the covered wagon. So not getting optimal placement on the town center. And I can imagine that right now Ruthless is feeling a little bit overwhelmed. He's got bow riders killing his vills. He's got a whole bunch of rifle riders as well. And none of the units that he can ship, so he can't even ship 10 longbows because he doesn't have that in his deck, are really going to help him out. So it can be really hard because these units here, you think like musketeers should counter them, but they don't. So will he get a respite? It looks like he might get a gentle respite, but it's only for a short period, isn't it? And they just get eaten up so fast by those rifle riders. And look, and we've got nothing to send just because we've got no unit shipments. So I think in this position, it's going to be really tough for Ruthless to come back. So primarily because he's only got 23 villages left. And right now the Lakota's probably sitting on 34, 35 villages. He doesn't have 3 TPs. If this was a more high rated game, so he would have the 3 TPs as well. 3 TPs are really, really good value. But doesn't look like it. And now we see the pikemen connecting, but these pikemen are just going to get shredded though. Yeah, so the main thing that he wants to be doing is building dragoons from his stable or build longbows from his barracks, because the musket riders counter heavy infantry. So they counter Carolians. The Carolian rifle rider matchup's actually quite interesting because they both actually counter each other. I think Ruthless is just holding on here, hoping he can make something work. He's trying to get a raid up here, which, you know, that's the right move. That's the right move. But just the primary issue is he's just being idled, and he's down to 18 villages, so he can't get any units out.
You picked the wrong guy to tangle with here, mate.
Yeah, I do agree. Wardy was. I think it's over. But at the same time, I think it's important that we respect him as a player, and if he makes the decision to keep playing, as long as he's not running vills around, you know, the corner of the map. Because, like, there are games where people have said the same thing in chat to me, where they've said this game is over, you know, why hasn't he resigned yet? And infamously, I've cockroached myself to a victory. So it's important not to write people off just yet. I mean, his score is up there, even though he is Brits. But he's shipping, I think he's shipping the 8 vills now. When these arrive, he's going to have 27 vills, so we're back in business. As long as they just don't all die. Okay, I take that back, we're down to 21. Alright, we've lost all the 8 vills. So, really, really tough spot. Alright, so he's finally worked out that he's got a mine from the mine behind his base. The Sioux keeps coming in every 20 seconds and hitting this front mine, and he's got this back mine that's sitting right there. Oh, okay. I think he realizes that that's a pretty big mistake. Down to 14 vills now. And his raiding cav is getting caught as well. He's actually like whittled down the enemy player's army, but the problem is he's lost so many vills that it's just like he's basically at square one with 14 vills. This is a pretty good raid. I like how he's splitting up his cav as well. So I think he's like his decision making is like very good when it's like when we're looking at it like from this perspective. Because that's what you need to be doing. You need to be trying to get even. Curious to see if he tries to siege it. He does. So he should just get one vill out of the TC. Yep, perfect. Oh, really bad spawn there. So he had to like click on the house and then direct the house back to the TC and then finish the house. Yeah, I was surprised Lakota didn't pick up the TP line either. This is really, really cheeky. I like how he keeps coming back over here. And now the 7 vills are idle, so these are the 7 vills under the TP line. So I think Ruthless is seeing the score and thinking that he's still in it. So it really sucks that that he wasn't aware that Rifle Riders counter musketeers. Oh, and Lo's here. Hey Lo, how you doing, man? My favorite meme account. How's chat, by the way? Is chat's not too intrusive on the side of the screen like that?
Ooh! Oh, that's it. I'm gonna report
Holy
this to
moly.
the Member of Parliament. Hey, Gus!
Whoop.
I got something to report to you. Yeah, well, ooh! Oh, that's it.
God damn.
I'm gonna report this to me Member of Parliament. Hey, Gus! I got something to report to you. Yeah, well,
Jaden are going ham.
that's it. I'm gonna report this to me Member of Parliament. Hey, Gus! I got something to report to you. Yeah, well, ooh! Oh, that's it. I'm gonna report this to me Member of Parliament. Hey, Gus! I got something to report to you. Yeah, well, ooh! Oh,
It just keeps going.
that's it. I'm gonna report this to me Member of Parliament. Hey, Gus! I got something to report to you.
You the man, Jaden. Good to see you still hanging out. So one of the primary things that I'm saying here with Ruthless is like just the idols and the tower positioning. So the tower, where it's positioned, it's not securing any resources, okay? He could have that tower. Hey, Gagoots, how you doing, man? He could have that tower to the right of the barracks, and he could be safely gathering wood underneath that tower. And every time those cavalry units come in, he can just plop them in the tower. And that's really it. And so now he's just getting sieged down. So definitely, 10 out of 10 for trying. But yeah, I think the game is over at this point. The key really comes down to that tower placement and thinking about why we're placing that tower. Often we'll be thinking, when we're putting down that tower, we want to obtain line of sight. That's a primary goal. But really, the most important thing is that we're securing resources and that we're guaranteeing that our tower is going to stay alive. This tower, it's quite far away from our town center as well. And as the town center goes down, I suspect we will see the GG. At least I hope that we'd see the GG. I like the valiant effort. It can be tough, Ricius. You'd probably want to check their deck if they do have the transfer card or whatever it's called. Then you would probably want to be going. I think muskets are fine. You can probably just go musket longbow. I'm not really a fan of pike, to be honest. Yeah, very true, noob killer. So he's still got 20 settlers. It's curious that he's holding on for this long. So I think now that I've watched Ruthless play, I think a video that might help people out is a guide to counters. Do you think that that would be something that would be helpful and like to unique units especially? Because obviously, you know, it wasn't just Ruthless that was like, oh,
picked the wrong guy to tangle with here, mate.
the musket rider or the rifle rider counters musketeers. So I could probably do up like a very, very sort of quick thing. Like if you're playing this Civ, this is what you build against this unit. Be like, if you're age 2, you build this. If you're age 3, you build this. Age 4. I mean, it's probably going to take a long time now that I think about it because there's so many units and so many different matchups. There's like, what, more than 100 different matchups now. Gosh. But we've got the 1,000 coin coming in. If he can get out some goons here, I tell you what, he could win the game. I just hope that he knows to build goons. If your opponent builds Carolians, you just, in age 2, sure, you can fight them, but in age 3 and age 4, like, unless you're building, and see, we see him putting up this barracks and training 5 musketeers instantly. If this was goons coming out right now, yeah, Jack, that's a great idea. Alpha Taco, I haven't actually done the tutorials in Art of War. I think I've done like the first 5, but I couldn't be bothered to do the last 5. Because all this time, if he had just been creating goons, he just would have been so far ahead. Dragoons counter all of these units. They counter Axe Riders, they counter the Rifle Riders. Siabja, so yeah, I agree 5 goons wouldn't hold this mass. But 5 goons at the beginning when he hit Fortress, combined with continually making goons and then shipping 1,000 coin and making more goons. Like, eventually, it's going to build up to the point where there's a lot of goons. So I agree with you, 5 goons isn't going to hold that, but yeah.
Such a bad game.
Alright, man. That was a tough one.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of things in there, so I did a lot of commentary, so after we're finished doing this, you can go back and watch it and see what I was saying. But a couple of things just to talk about. So your build order was on point. I liked your build order. But the biggest downfall that you had was not knowing how to counter the Rifle Rider.
Yeah.
And so the Rifle Rider is a unique unit for the Lakota, and it's a really, it's a difficult unit because it looks like a Dragoon.
Yeah, exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
I was trying to see what's happening with their damage and stuff, but...
Yeah, so the problem is it's actually countered by the Dragoon, and it counters the Musketeer. And so you were building Musketeers that whole game, and I was just looking at the stable like, come on, please, just build a Dragoon. You've got this. And unfortunately, you just kept building muskets, so like that was the downfall. The second thing was your outpost placement. So when you're placing your outpost, you want to be protecting resources, whether that's wood, coin, or food. For the Brits, the most important thing is wood, especially on a map like that where you don't really have a lot of safe wood. So it's important that when you place your outpost, you put it in a position where it's close to wood so that your villagers can be sitting right underneath it, chopping wood, and then as soon as the enemy raid comes in, you can just move your villagers straight inside the outpost. Other than that, I think your build order was on point. Yeah, I really liked the way that you started with going 3 vills into Virginia Company and opening with the trading post as well. You seem to make it work really well. The only thing that I would recommend is you put 10 longbows in your deck. So instead of maybe 1,000 wood, taking 1,000 wood out and putting the 10 longbows in. Yeah, good question, Noob Killer. It's because rifle riders are considered heavy cavalry.
That was the worst matchup I can have.
Yeah, that's a very tough matchup. And then make sure you do it for the water deck as well. So you forgot to choose water deck.
I didn't choose it because I didn't even consider
Yeah.
having a port. You know, it's not in my mindset.
Yeah, it makes sense. All right, so maybe take out the 1,000 wood here and then put in the 10 longbows.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, well, ooh, oh, that's it.
So
I'm
I
gonna
don't know
report
if
this
there
to me
was
member of
many things to
Parliament.
say because
Hey,
it was a
Gus!
boring game, to be
I've
honest.
got something to report
Yeah, it
to
was a
you.
bit of a tough one. All right, well, we might queue up for the next one then. This time,
Okay.
I'll be doing a combination of muting my mic and unmuting it and talking to you and just seeing how you're feeling throughout the game and sort of guiding you a little bit.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll see how we go in that one. Art Agner, thank you very much for the prime, my friend. Welcome to the Dream Team, baby. Speaking of Dream Team, I'm sipping on some Sunkist right now, and it is delicious. Do you guys think that there's a better position that chat could be rather than sitting over here? Like, do you guys think like maybe you could be over here? Do you think this is like a better position? I don't know, maybe down here?
Yeah, well, ooh, oh, that's it. I'm gonna report this to me member of Parliament. Hey, Gus! I got something to report to you.
Oh, damn. Nybarg coming in with the prime as well. Welcome, Nybarg. Yo, Yokpasa, I need someone to make a video for me to explain casual ranking. I've got no idea how casual ranking works. I just know that like more things light up yellow the more you play and the more you win. Like that's pretty much it.
I think what you need to do is a video explaining what to expect from certain civilizations.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I actually did a little graph up. Let me see if I can find it.
Because like right now, I knew he would come with cavalry. Okay, that's where my mindset came into going for musketeers. But you should say, for example, let's say you should be aware for that unit that's countered by that. So if you see it, you know how to handle.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's my biggest problem because I don't have experience with every civilization like you do. You can explain everything. So when I see something, I don't really know what it is.
Yeah, yeah. It makes sense. Alright, so
Another cavalry civilization.
you're up against the French now. Alright, so I think you keep doing what you're doing at the beginning. I'll mute my mic at the start.
I don't remember where the outpost is here.
It's in the
Find,
top right hand corner. Hey, Gigoots. Yeah, the night's going really well. We're just doing some coaching at the moment. At the moment, we're coaching Ruthless, and we're going to be coaching Bessie the Cow soon, aka.
Oh no! Oh yeah, I guess that's the furthest one. That's fine.
It's just north of that position. Yeah, up there. There you go.
I think there should be one right here, or here even.
Yeah, the other one's in like the direct middle of the map, and then there's another one all the way down the bottom.
Oh, that's it. I'm gonna report this to me member of
Right, so
Parliament.
make sure that you don't overgather on wood.
Gus! I got something to report to you.
Which I just did.
It's alright, you got him off though.
Yeah, I guess that was his trade post.
That was his trade post that he wanted. Right, doing really well
That's
with your
bad.
herding as well. White Widow 1108, thank you very much for the prime, mate. You've just started the hype train. Alright, so you want to avoid fighting with him because he's French.
Yeah.
He's got a native scout, and his native scout is going to fuck you up. So you just want to get away from him as fast as possible. That 80 wood treasure as well, it's in a bit of a dangerous spot, so I probably wouldn't go for that if I was you.
Oh yeah.
Especially considering this native scout just ran past. So it might be a good idea for you to run back to your TC and then go up and collect that 80 wood treasure.
Yeah.
Make sure you choose the water deck. Never mind.
Ah no.
It's okay, it's alright.
No.
Don't forget your idle TC. Your TC's idle. Yep. So don't be afraid to queue up a couple of settlers in there.
Yeah, well, ooh!
Move on from 16
That's it.
villages.
I'm gonna report this to me member of parliament.
Yeah, I think 16 should be fine.
I got something to report to you. Yeah, well, ooh! Oh, that's it. I'm gonna report this to me member of parliament. Hey, Gus! I got something to report to you.
Jaden, just going ham tonight. Popping out another 2 tier 1s. Thank you very much. Oh, gotta be careful. Right. Not bad. Right, not too bad. So one of the problems with this map is that the hunts, because they've only got 400 on them, they tend to just run away very quickly. Alright, so are you aging up with the governor or the cows? I didn't see.
With the cows.
Okay, alright.
That's what I learned from you.
Okay. Alright, so you've got a coin treasure there that you can pick up right underneath you. So don't be afraid to pick that up. Alright, so you're up against the French. So what are you thinking of opening? Are you going to open hussars? You're going to open...
With some, I was thinking of some muskets.
Yep.
And then go for dragoons.
Right, okay.
Or what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a good game plan. And then after dragoons, you can move into like longbows and then ship 2 falcons, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you want to build manor houses with 1 settler each.
Okay.
Yeah, because they build a lot faster individually than you do when you task them. So now, yeah, with your extra, yep, perfect. And then pull out another one as well. So you've got plenty of wood, yep. And then make sure you're double clicking on your manor houses and right clicking on something
they're
else.
on the house, on the...
Yeah, so you want them on resources, perfect. And so keep going. Now, you're going to want to transfer a whole bunch of settlers over to food right now, like maybe 7 or 8, just otherwise because you're going to go idle. Yeah, so
shoot them.
Yeah. So queue a settler in your town center. Now you got to be a bit careful. You've got these villages are really quite far away from your town center. So if you get, yeah, these ones. So if they get caught by hussars, you're going to lose them all. So I would encourage you to bring them back closer to your town center. Even these ones out on gold as well. Just bring them back and just right now. Just because.
Okay.
And maybe focus a little bit more heavily on food as well. Just while we get out muskets. Like maybe let's aim for 10 musketeers. And then from there we can look to age up.
Okay.
Alright, so we're going idle with our TC as well, so important that we try and keep that active. Good job moving settlers over to coin as well. Alright, so we really don't know what the enemy's up to, so maybe once we get this next batch of musketeers out, maybe we could even go looking.
Come on.
Alright, so we've got 7 muskets. Cool.
Okay. I think he was that way, I guess.
Yeah, over in that direction.
So Musk, I would go for gold here, or for
I would go
settlers.
5 vils. Yep, 5 vils is correct.
Okay.
And then keep dropping those houses down. You got 600 wood, so you just want to be dropping down houses the whole time. So you probably pull the other guys off wood right now and get them out onto those houses. The faster you get those houses finished, the sooner you get those villages. Your TC's gone idle again. Maybe just like chuck like two or three vils in there. It's more down to the south. Yeah, down that way. Alright, so if you task your villagers to a cow, you should make sure that you pick it up with a whole bunch of cows. If you do it with a whole bunch of vils. If you do it with just 2, you're going to be getting a lot of decay. So your TC's gone idle again. So you're sending 700 coin, but the thing is, you've actually gathered enough coin that you can age up.
Yeah.
So you can probably cancel that. I don't think you need it.
And go for age up.
Yeah.
Wait.
I think you still want to go for an age up, yeah. But you're going to want to transfer a lot of your units or your settlers from coin over onto wood. So you've got 8 idols at the moment. There's a hut that's south of your base. It might be a good idea to send some settlers down there. It's very committed to getting this Rax.
Yeah.
Good for you. So I probably would just buy the food that you need to age up and cancel.
Oh! Wrong button.
So I was going to say cancel the musketeers and buy the food that you need to age up. And then...
I need food.
I just
Should I
realized...
go for a... Should I go for a farm already?
No, so there's still plenty of herds on the maps.
So far from me.
That's okay. You've got map control. You're pushing out. You're gonna go kill that middle trade post. So you see, there's a herd right next to your market, right underneath it. So I'd be going for that one, pushing it towards your town center. And if you feel like it's too far away, then build an outpost. You got lots of wood that's saved up right now. So what's your plan when you hit age 3?
Ship Falks and make some more masks right now.
Yep.
And go out for attack.
Okay, so how many barracks do you have at the moment?
1, and I can maybe build second one.
Yep. Do you have steel traps yet?
No.
Okay, so you want to get steel traps from your market. And then maybe just chuck a handful of villagers onto coin as well. Because when you age...
the one from the barracks will go right ahead after. Done.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Maybe I'll shift some more as well.
And so you've got a bunch of vills in base on berries. So maybe take all the guys off berries and then like half of the guys off wood and put them onto food.
I think I saw something here. Some horses.
Probably a good idea to check it with your muskets then.
Yeah.
Yep. Hope you're bringing your muskets back, yeah?
No. I got some new ones coming out now.
Cool. Loves committing to that siege, doesn't he? He's gonna lose all of his hussars for that. Fatal QWERTY, it's never too late to go steal traps, my friend. As long as there's hunts out on the map and you've got relative map control.
Should I go for the 8 Vs to boom my economy?
No, and you shouldn't be doing this with your muskets. You need to bring your muskets back. I wouldn't be sending your muskets forward right now.
But this is a gold mine. Oops.
Oh, you're so lucky those falconets didn't fire. You would have lost everything.
No what?
Alright, so you want to upgrade your you want to upgrade your musketeers to veteran?
Yeah.
Now you've got a lot of wood right now, so you can do lots of different stuff, but my suggestion would be to build some TCs.
Some? Town centers.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you should put it like down here.
Yeah, that's a good spot down there.
I can get this hunt as well.
Yeah, I think that's a really good spot. Alright, cool. You got veteran musketeers, and you've just shipped musketeers to your town center, and they're coming out now. So we've got 39 muskets. Looking good. You can probably also do a shift to an arsenal.
There you go.
Nice. Very good. So with that, you can get the upgrade for your falconets.
Gold or settlers?
I think if you go gold, it's going to be really good, and I'll show you why. Okay, so we're going to go gold, and now what you're going to do is drop an artillery foundry. So drop it towards the front of your base. Yeah, drop it down there next to your stable. Perfect. Alright. So with the hussar that come out, you can probably send them down for a raid, I reckon. And now with your artillery foundry, you're going to build a falconet.
Single one? Yeah.
No, falconet, not a culverin.
Oh, sorry.
And you're going to get like 7 or 8 settlers to gather that coin up. Or the coin that you just you shipped.
Yeah.
So, yep, get a whole bunch of them. And now you've queued 3 settlers in a single town center. So what you're going to do is you're going to unqueue 2 of them. And then go build them in your other town center instead. Alright, now head to your artillery foundry. Oh. Your artillery foundry, and you want to build falconets. 1, 2, yep, there you go, perfect. Alright, you should be able to get a 5th one out. Oh, it's okay, it's going to be too hard. Alright, and now we go. Now we go. So now we push with this, and we should be able to just simply roll over the opponent with this. We want to wait for our other falconets to come before we start the fight. And can you just go to your arsenal? And get the upgrade down the very bottom in the middle. Maybe get those idle vills as well while you're at it. Perfect. I love the falconet on Dragoon action. This is what I came here for. Alright, so now you just want to head straight to his base. Don't let him make culverin. You just want to get in there. You want to get in there nice and deep, alright?
Ooh.
So make sure you use your falconets to target his falconets. Perfect. And watch the gendarmes at the back. And then use your falconets to target the... Yep, perfect. Wonderful. Doing really well. Just keep those falconets. Yeah, perfect. Watch the gendarmes. You got it. Make sure those falcons are attacking the skirms. Doing perfectly. Watch those gendarmes. They come. Focus those gendarmes. Just focusing down the gendarmes.
I couldn't.
He actually did a very good job of holding. I'm very impressed that he held. So with your church now, you're going to get mercantilism.
The thing is, I don't have food. I need the...
There you go, there's your food. So go to your church,
Yeah.
you're going to get mercantilism, which is the 1500 upgrade.
This one, yeah?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oops, I'm back. Can I... No.
So you want to be giving your town centers a single control group. All three of them need to be assigned a single control group.
Okay.
So I like doing control 5.
Ah, no, I had them on control 4. Everyone on control 4, right? I mean,
Yeah.
everyone on one button, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
every single one. And now you just press villager. So just
Okay,
build-
and...
Perfect. Now, so you're going to ship your musketeer upgrade card. And refrigeration is fine as well. Yep.
Yes, but I need to start making some farms, or...
No, so you've still got plenty of hunts around on the map. So I want you to start gaining control of the bottom side of the map. I can see there's a coin mine down there as well as 2 really big hunts. So I think it's a good idea you go and secure that. So maybe just head down there.
Can I go with
yeah,
some anti-cav?
Yeah, well, your musketeers are anti-cav, so I think you're fine. I would be going with your musketeers and be making some falconets as well. And you can take your falconets down there slowly. So I would be queuing falconets and make sure you queue 3 settlers. So you've only queued 1 at the moment. Perfect. So I'd be sending everything that you've got down there towards that trade post, towards that towards that coin mine. There's 2 hunts down there as well that he's on. Hey Fitzbro, how you doing, man? Oh, XQ. That's not good, man. I hope you're doing alright. Oh, Pink Char's here as well. The whole crew is coming together. I like this raid that you've got going. This is really good. Oh, wonderful. He's on here there as well. So you're going to be securing it. Alright, so making sure you're continuing to queue villagers. Yep. So selecting 5. So you've just gone to a single TC and queued up 2 vills. You want to select all your TCs and queue up vills. Perfect. So make sure you stick them on a rally point as well.
Actually,
Maybe go burn that trade post down.
yep.
XQ, you should be able to. Oh, Fitz, you're playing French today. You know, Fitz, if you play a real men's civ like Swedes, I'll help you out. Oh, hey, Sam. Oh, yeah, I messaged you pretty early in the day, didn't I? I'm not sure if we're going to have time today. If we don't have time today, though, I think we might have time tomorrow. So don't fret. Would you be available tomorrow? Around roughly the same time? Alright, so we're starting to float a fair bit of resources at this point. So what I want you to do is to mitigate this, what we're going to do is just put down 4 barrackses.
Okay, I down here, up there, or whatever. Yeah?
Wherever you like.
I'm gonna report this to me member
And then put them in a control group. So I normally put them on control 4.
something to report to you.
And now you want to keep making muskets.
He's going at the cub.
Good, good. We want him to go anti-cav. We're just going to make pure muskets. Best boy Faramir, thank you very much for the tier 1, my friend. Alright, so we're making musketeers and villagers. Go. Musketeers, vills, go. Perfect. And where are those muskets? Let me see them. Wonderful. Alright, and now we got idols. Let's get those idols. Got 12 idols at the moment. Where are they? Locate them. There they are. You can chuck them on a farm, I think. Yep, perfect.
Yep.
Already ahead of the game.
No. Learning from the best, you play like the best.
Alright, and now I think with this upgrade you can probably go for the health or the attack. Yeah.
Go for the attack, yeah.
Alright, and now we're going to keep making muskets. Perfect. And look how much our food's come down. We had 3k food stacked, now we're down to 750. And we're going to drop down some more houses. Drop down as many houses as you can. We don't always have to build them as a little wall. You can just sort of build them willy-nilly wherever you like.
Yeah, I get you.
And then, so, queue up 2 more sets of vills.
Mm.
Wonderful. And then once this house finishes, we're going to queue up 1 set of... muskets. Alright, get those muskets. So we don't want the falconet, because the falconet's using up too much of our coin. So we'll cancel the falconet. And then from here, you can queue up vills once more. And now we're going to start pushing once our musketeers are out. We can just literally just A-move into the enemy. You're really, really far ahead of the enemy with the 3 TCs. Your economy is just really taken off, I think, at this point. Alright, so this is one of my favorite combos. The musketeer with the falconet. Very, very potent. Alright, so don't be afraid to do a drag box either. Drag those musketeers over. Looking good. That's very expensive for him. Now you just need to be careful with your falconets. That's the only thing. Because he's got a whole bunch of dragoons. He can just run in at any time and just one-shot those falconets. So you got to really keep him close to your muskets, okay?
Okay.
Alright, so there's the skirmishers. There's the dragoons. Perfect. So the falconets are just shooting skirmishers, and the muskets are killing the goons. That's it. Perfect. Just keep focusing. Make sure you don't hit those buildings. Make sure you're just hitting units with your falconets. You have to, micro them individually. This is looking really good, though. I don't think he can do anything. So at the same time, you can use your racks, the hotkey for your racks, and you're going to queue up some more. Never mind.
Well
Well played. Really, really well played. So he's a KDAB member.
I don't know what that is.
It's a special group that we've got on our Discord. There's a whole bunch of the guys. They're
Okay.
they all play together. Yeah, so a really long time there we were idle for.
What a lot.
Oh, that's a different clan. That's not KDAB. He didn't dab enough. You guys are KDAB. What was he? He was like KDDB?
KDBB.
Oh, KDBB. He's an imposter.
Yeah.
This is just like Fitzbro all over again. Can't
That was a
believe
nice
that.
game, man.
Yeah, I think that was nice.
So can you tell me overall, I think what I really need from you is like, what the mistakes you see that I'm doing that I should avoid? Or what's the extra thing that will make me go even further?
All right. I think the first thing is you need a solid build order, and you need to understand the difference in timings and when you should be transitioning villages off. So as an example, like you do really well in the first 3 minutes and you transition all your villages over to wood, but then you experience a period of idleness where you had your racks up, but you didn't have any musketeers being produced. You didn't have any villagers being produced. So it was almost like you had forgotten to transition your villages from wood over to food. And it's like, it's a really important thing that you've got to be aware of, is that you've got, even though you can be following a build, you need to be like very, very aware of going idle. It was quite common. I'd be looking at your TC and there just wouldn't be any villages that were training. So I think the most important thing is training villagers. Villagers pay for themselves incredibly quickly. I think it's like 3 minutes. They'll pay for themselves. Actually, I can do the math right now. If it's, what is it, 0.82? Yeah, so it'd be about 2 minutes and 20 seconds that they pay themselves off. So the more villagers you've got, the better. So you just always want to be training villagers. It's like, it's so key. The only time you don't want to be training villagers is when you're aging up, and then most importantly, if you're getting pushed or rushed, then it's okay not to train them. So to answer your question though, I think the most important thing for you is going to be training villagers, finding a build that you can actually follow and use most games, and I think that builder that I posted, where I think it's the British Semi-Fast Fortress. I can double check on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I think that one. So if you can mirror that perfectly, then I think that's going to put you in a much better standing. Because the primary thing is that you need to be hitting certain timings. You need to be having 5 muskets out exactly at a certain time. You need to be making sure that you're not idle when you do that. You need to be making sure you hit fortress at a certain time. And then I think other than that, your micro is really good. Like watching you micro in that last fight and in the earlier fight, I think it was really, really, really good. But so I don't think you need to work on micro. I think you definitely need to work on understanding unit types. And it's a little bit hard because unless you go in and try out every civilization and play around with them, it can be difficult to know what you need to build to counter the unit. So one of the things that you can do is just like if you go into view map up in the top right hand corner of your screen, I'm not sure if this will work. If you just click on a musketeer.
Yes.
Okay, so you can see.
I know for the stats. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the stats right there. And I think if you hover over the little photo of the musketeer, it will also tell you what type of unit they are as well. So you can see that it's heavy infantry. So as an example, if you click on one of his skirmisher units.
I know the basic counters. But for example, in Lakota, in Aztecs, in Incas, oh my God, it's a pain to understand what's going on. And most of the times, okay, you see these like, okay, you understand against cavalry, against heavy infantry.
Yeah.
But all the civilizations that's like ancient ones, like very, very, very hard to understand sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely don't disagree with that. Oh, I just saw at the end. He
What-
was actually on water.
I played a game against a guy. He won, and I said, "Thanks for the game." And the thing is that I really can't counter these guys because I don't know what units they produce. And he said, "This is the secret. That's why they are good. No one knows what they do."
Yeah, well, ooh!
That's
Oh,
pretty good. I like
oh,
that.
That's it. I'm gonna report
All right.
this to me.
Did we want to do one more game?
Gus!
Would you be up for one more?
Of course I will. I'm always up for games.
All right, let's do it. Games with Z. Thank you very much for the prime, mate.
In team games, I'm going mostly for cavalry. If you want, instead of playing, I can show you a replay I played yesterday with my friend.
Yeah, sure, we could do that. Or if you like, you can just send it to me and then I can watch it on my PC and then we can talk about it from there, yeah? Thanks, Lunatic Fringe. Alright, did you just want to shoot it to me on Discord? I'll just
sure.
turn you guys on over to there.
Alright, okay, stop my streaming on Discord, yeah?
Yeah, you can stop the streaming on Discord and just shoot through the replay. I can watch it in game.
You picked the wrong guy to tangle with here, mate.
Fine Beef, no, we don't have Nightbot added yet. Games with Z, good question. At the moment, I'm like, it's kind of tough to be honest, because I actually, after my first coaching vid, hey Victor, how you doing, bro? Good to see you here. After my first coaching vid that I posted, I had about, I think it was 38 messages the next day I woke up to on Discord of people requesting it. So it's a little bit tough at the moment. But if you just want to message me on Discord Games with Z, if you could just let me know what your rating is, what civilizations you like to play, where you're from, and what your internet speed is, or like your upload speed is, that would be wonderful. All right, let's get this game in. All right, that should work. Let's have a look, see if we can spot it. Ruthless Brit, there we go, perfect. Tokugawa Shogun, I think the minimum internet speed is probably about 2 megabits a second upload.
That's not me though.
Alright, let me...
Working.
Oh, there's a lot of Brits in this game, aren't there? Let's have a look. Oh,
me and my friend are playing Brits.
yeah, the double Brit.
Yeah. But I play mostly cavalry when I play 2v2.
Right, okay.
I was thinking to transition to French, you know.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Fitz. You've saved up more than enough drongos, my friend. Alright, so we might speed it up a little bit here.
Yeah.
See what's going on.
The thing is, because I like playing cavalry, would it be a wise idea to play French?
Well, French cavalry is some of the best cavalry in the game. But British also have really good cavalry. It's important people often underestimate their cavalry. Don't underestimate Brit cavalry. Really, really good. You got a lot of good upgrade cards.
I played cavalry because one guy Amsterdam, I think it's Spanish.
Yeah, you're up against Spanish, yeah.
So I know most of the times they got this guy, the Lancers, that they kill everything up.
Alright, so we got idle time, idle time, idle time. There we go. Fixed it now. But that's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds of idle time. It's going to delay your age up.
So the key part is like to keep going for the villages, yeah?
Yeah. Gotta keep training the villagers.
I need to make a post-it on my screen.
Yeah, no. So what you can do,
villages.
so if you go to Google, let me see if this works. So if you go to Google and then just type in metronome, metronome. I think that's so you can actually set a metronome. So this metronome seconds, and you can set it to. I probably want timer, but you want to set it to 27 seconds. Oh gosh, why can't I find a metronome, guys? What's going on?
Because metronome is for music mostly.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, let me do the math. It's. I'm just trying to work it out in my head. Anyway, there's you can probably even set it up.
I'll find one.
Yeah, you can probably set it up yourself, but one tick every 27 seconds is what you want. And the reason why is because it takes 25 seconds to build a villager, okay? But like, let's say you call this control 5, and that's control 1. Your I just realized, have I got you guys? I don't have you guys on game yet. Sorry. Let me put you there. Let me just remove that. All right. So if you're on like control 1 down here, okay, and your TC is up here. All right, so you might be down here fighting, and your villager stops being made. If you do a 25-second metronome, you've got to jump back immediately and build that villager. If you don't, what's going to happen is your metronome's going to fall behind, and then you're going to be stuck behind your metronome. And every single time your metronome goes off, it's going to be going beep, and your villager is like halfway done. And you'll just be adding a villager, and it's not what you want to be doing. So if you set 27 seconds, it gives you this little buffer. So see this time that we were idle before? Now we're paying for it by being up late, you know, an extra 10 seconds. So yeah, you've got 100 food when you're all the way up. So yeah, set 27 seconds is what I suggest people use for a metronome. If you really want to go for it, try 26 seconds. It's a bit harder though.
Okay. The thing is to try to find a way to implement that in my thoughts. You know that you have to do this all the time.
Yeah. I did it for.
Sometimes I forget, and then I go for 20 villagers from the town centers at the same time.
Well, yeah, and that's one of the things you want to avoid doing, because you want to be spending your resources as best you can, or as most efficiently as you can. Hey, GOJ, how you doing?
What about the early marketing that I do? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, the earlier you get a market, the better, especially with British. Because with British, okay, so the market scales off villages. So as an example, when I'm playing Sweden, I don't build a market until like 10 minutes. Because I'm building torps. Yeah. And the market upgrades don't affect the torps. But as a British player, you're building manors, and each manor gives you an extra villager, and the market affects the villager. So it's really, really important that you get your market up, and you know that it's working straight away. All right, so it's good to see that you're aging up. So you're aging up with the naturalist, which is the right choice in 2v2. Once again, you don't have that villager being built. So let's see how long you go for without it.
Oh, it will go a lot.
This is like one of the real key things. Yep. Even here, you chose to research placer mines in queue over building a villager.
Okay.
So really, really important. Even if you just keep like, you know, 3 settlers on coin in the transition, or 2 settlers on food. Sorry, not on coin. In the transition, because even right now we're at 5 minutes 40. You still haven't trained a single villager since you've aged up.
I trained one.
Just this, just this one thing alone. It's like. It's really, really, really big. Still haven't trained a settler.
Picked the wrong guy to tangle with here, mate.
You gotta play Sweden, man. This is how you play Sweden. You don't build settlers. You just gotta put the houses down on coin mines.
I get the houses, the villages, and it seems in my mind that this is okay, you know what I mean? But I would get double the profit from that, what you say.
Yeah. And so still you haven't built a single villager out of the TC since you aged up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's like the glaring one. Now, you're doing like this wall thing. I like this a lot, but it's important that you know where you should be building your wall. So, think of, instead of doing a wall like this, what I would be advocating for...
On the other side, on the road.
No. It would be a semicircle. So do a semicircle around your base like this.
Oh, okay, I get it.
So you would be doing a house here, here, like that, to the gold mine. And then on the other side of the gold mine, here, barracks is here.
Protect my gold mine.
House, like that. Semicircle. All the way around. And you want to treat this as your little safety pocket. You put your longbows in here. You put your musketeers in here. You put your falconets in here. Everything it goes nice and safely in here. Because if you wall this, it doesn't really do anything. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen is, like, someone's going to bring some cavalry along, and then they're going to get between this gap right here. You know? Like, and then they're just going to run around. Or they're going to, like, they just run north. Like, it doesn't really stop anybody or do anything. The other thing that you can do with manors, and this is quite a common thing that people do in team games, is use them for line of sight. So let's see if
they put them randomly around the map.
Yes, correct. So your opponent, he isn't doing it. And your ally, he isn't doing it either. But it's really, really good. Like, okay, let's say here. So what you can do is you've got your trade post here. So you can put a manor here, put a manor here, a manor here, and a manor there. You now have full line of sight from this right here all the way up to here. Complete line of sight, just with 4 manors right there. And you know the best part is, you can go and do it again over here. One more here, one more here, one more here, and one more here. Your enemy ever tries to send any units in this direction, you're going to know 30 seconds in advance, 40 seconds in advance. So it's important that you think about it, like, instead of sort of like packing them up, because there's different ways to do your manors. I'm a fan of both.
But not this way.
Yeah, I would personally, opt for like a semicircle, and then if I'm doing VC, I think a semicircle is the best. If I'm not doing VC, then I do line of sight. Alright, so let's speed it up a bit. We'll keep looking and see what else we can find. We're on 42
This is where I
vills.
start going for the stables and transition to cavalry.
So you're ahead on villages. He's on 110 pop and going up. He's on 160. How's he on 160 pop and only 36 vills? Okay. Alright, so now you're transitioning. So I think if you're gonna go 8 settlers first, you can definitely be going 2 stable definitely off this.
I think I'm making another one.
Yeah, because you're going to have such a massive eco. The second TC. So you always age up with the TC wagon?
For the third age, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Always. Is
All
that
right.
a bad thing?
Yeah, in 1v1 it's a bad thing. In team games it's not so bad. In 1v1 I'd probably be aging up with the 7 longbow.
Oh.
Yeah, the longbow are really good.
So, I will tell you exactly what I do here. I saw a video of yours. You say, if you have armies, you better start sending them somewhere.
Yes.
Not have them, And this is what I do here. I said, okay, I won't let them be there. Like, I'm gonna see what the enemy's doing.
Yeah, especially in team games with dragoons, just run around everywhere. Just like go down here, just over here, just everywhere. Because they're so fast. They've got 7.25 movement speed. One of the fastest units in the game. The worst thing that's going to happen is you get caught and you lose maybe 3 or 4 dragoons. Best thing that's going to happen is you're going to run into 10 settlers. 5 settlers.
That's what's happening.
Yeah. So...
Are you read the future or something,
Well, that's exactly it. And it's like, you do this, and like, this is perfect. This is exactly what you want to be doing in team games. Look at this. Down here. This is perfect. I'm loving it. That one decision that you made, instead of sitting up here and camping and waiting, come down here. Gosh, it's such a
watching your
greedy game.
videos gave me a lot of things, man.
Bit of lag. I love this. The enemy can't do anything about you. You're just running around, and this is exactly why it's so strong in team games, because these are really hard to stop. The only way you can stop the enemy from doing this is by walling up. That's literally the only way that you can counter it. Because if your opponent makes Dragoons, well, guess what? Dragoons don't counter Dragoons. They can catch,
Yes,
they can
indeed.
catch them, but they don't counter them. All right, so let's have a quick chat about this right here. You had 4,000 wood. What are we doing with 4,000 wood?
Making TCs.
Yeah. Well, we've only got 2
This is
TCs.
where I made the. This is where I made farms and everything. You know.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh my God, I have 4,000 wood. I need to do something."
Yeah. So, number one tip is if you're gonna be like floating this many resources, you got to spend them. Like there will be games I'm playing Sweden, and I've got this many resources, and I'll look down, I'll go, holy fuck. And so I'll be like, okay, what can I do? And I'll say, all right, I can put up 2 TCs. TC. So you've got 2 TCs up right now, you could be putting up a 3rd one. And then, so you're doing the right thing, you put up estates, you've got your mills, I think you're going for upgrades as well, so that's the right thing. You're doing the right thing. You're very busy down here, I think you probably spent 3 or 4 minutes microing these. You did unfortunately lose them, I think you had them, you probably weren't focusing.
Well, they did the job. I mean, they paid the money. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is where I found that he already has the how do you call them, the big stations. God.
Enemy's doing the right thing, just walling up. That's exactly what he needs to do against you. You can do that cheeky run by.
Oh, their factories. I saw that they had factories, and I didn't have. I just made my first factory right now.
Yeah, it's okay. It can take some time. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, you got absolutely no shipments. You've got... Yeah, I'd probably take a look on my Discord and have a check out the team decks I've got for British. They've got a few more unit shipments than this. I think it might be a good idea. Have a look at those. Not a whole lot.
Thing is that I don't put many units because I think that economy plays a big part. So I thought that having more economy would help me out in the long run.
Yeah, well, I think that's true. It's very true. But there can be times where you just need to have those extra villages or those extra units on the field right now, and that's what that's for. So we've got the Guard Dragoons, and you know to get the Arsenal upgrade, which is good. I can see that you've got that. Ranged Cavalry Caracol, really important upgrade for Dragoons. And not doing too bad. 84 villages at 22 minutes. That's pretty good, to be honest. You're ahead of your teammates on 74.
My mark is 90 villagers on 20 minutes. That's what Drogo said.
Yeah, 99 villages. 99 is the key. If you can hit 99
let's
at
say
20.
90, 99. It's gonna take some time, maybe with a timer clock.
Yeah.
So here I decided to go for another walk.
What is he doing over here? Why is he here?
He was probably gonna
do a cheeky
create
base or
barracks or just getting the I don't know for the meat ears. And this
You're
is where
down
they
here.
go all out on us.
doing your annoying thing. So I think if you enjoy doing this in team games, you might enjoy playing the Portuguese. Because the Portuguese can do this, and they get extra long range on their Dragoons. So Portuguese get 18 range Dragoons, you've only got 14.
Here, I try to focus his cannons, so to try to make the fight a bit better for us.
Yeah.
And this has helped, you see? Out.
We've got a lot of cannons, a lot of muskets, some Garachistas as well.
Thank God I killed these cannons. Spoiler alert.
Oh my lord. Alright.
See, this is a situation where I say, we might lose this, or I don't know what's going on,
Yeah, because you're making Dragoons, but they're not making any cavalry, so it's important to remember that, you've got to be making the counter units. You know, often people will just make dragoons because they're just that good of a unit. But you could also be going longbows, you could be going muskets of your own, or you could be going falconets of your own as well.
These 9 longbows saved the day. They're behind the stable. They are the silent heroes. You know, no one sees them.
They probably were.
Yeah, they were. I'm telling you, they were. That's the truth. I went with my friend and then I saw the replay. I said, did you see your heroes? They did all the work.
Alright, so your opponent's going up to Imperial.
Yep.
You're almost up as well. You've lost a lot of population space, so I hope you're going to be rebuilding that very quickly.
I did a mistake and I think I continued going for... oh no, it's later on. I go to Hussars now. After this one. I started, let's say, let's get annoying again.
So we still haven't got those houses rebuilt yet, so it's important that you rebuild those houses as quickly as possible, because you're probably down on, 14. That's 6 villages that you could be having free. These goons are so annoying, aren't they? Gosh.
Yeah.
I can feel how annoyed your opponent is with these goons.
I think I killed 35 of his villagers during that
Gosh.
intercourse.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
I was surprised he didn't quit. I think his guide sent him resources to age up to 5 because he went up to 5 as well with like 35 villages.
Yeah, wow.
And I was like, how is it possible? And this is where they start getting easy.
Actually doing pretty well here. Dragoons trade pretty well with musketeers, especially because you're up in age.
I traded them.
Yeah.
What I realized is that dragoons have ranged resistance.
Yep.
And musketeers are very good in melee, not in range. That's why I fought them off here. Not too much, to be honest. So I decided to go other way. I think this is where I started making hussars, because on the advanced, how's it called? I forgot the name. Arsenal. The option to increase the damage they do on buildings makes hussars crazy.
Yeah, they get 1.3 multipliers, don't they?
Yes, and my point is they destroy everything so quickly.
Yes?
Alright, so you managed to build the... Okay, you're up to max houses now, that's good. This game still goes for quite a bit longer. I think we might call it there, because I think I've seen everything that I need to see. Is there any other interesting parts of this game that happen?
Yes, after this we do a cross attack, like my guy goes to attack purple, so purple brings all his forces from down here. Now I'm going to poke, just to make, just to tell them, you know, I'm here. And then my friend goes up to the walls that you're right now.
Yeah.
So we make a split force, and I go in with hussars, and I ignore everything and go straight to his workstations, factories.
Oh, if those had been
see-
tertios. Oh,
Well, here I just left. And also I want to ask you something else that is really important. I saw that in most of your decks, you don't use the card that makes cavalry or infantry train a lot faster, you know, because if you combine that with the church, they go like crazy.
yeah.
Why you don't use it? Because right here, I mean, I was using it and the units were going out like, you know, in 4 seconds, 5 seconds.
So I used to use it with French until they changed the gendarme card, so you can't get instant ones
Here is
now.
the split attack I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
If you remove the poke, you will see that purple is sending all his forces up to defend his base. But they didn't know why that I swapped into hussars. Hussars.
Only for Portuguese do I actively use it, and that's because you can So instead of having like 1 stable or 2 stables, you can do what you've got. So see how you've got 7 stables? And so you're always going to have units popping out because you might start like 1, 2, 3 dragoons here. And then during the cycle, you'll start up another 4 dragoons over here. And then as your units are dying in the fight, you can finish your batches here. And then as they continue dying in the fight, then you can finish your batches over here as well. So that's the reason why I don't use the train faster card. I do like it because it makes your life a lot easier, especially in the late game.
Yeah.
But
I want to say, what's the compensation for it? I mean, is it too bad to have it? Is it okay? Is it situational?
I don't think it's a bad thing to have, honestly. I just think that there are a lot of better cards that you can have, or that you'd want to have. I mean, right now you're floating 22k
Yes, but
resources.
I'm fighting in that I'm gonna spend all these resources when my army's dead.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, like... Yeah, here we go. Yeah, there's just...
Look at that. They just kill it like there's nothing, you know?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And also, a bit later, I did a suicide where I got like a blue one's factories, and after that, they just left the game. He won the fight, but they lost their factories, and then I was able to defend because I just made a new army. You see, I just got his resource buildings there because they're expensive. I said he will have a trouble just making them again.
Yeah, it's almost like a little bit of treaty at this point in the game, isn't it?
Because I have so many resources, I mean, I can just replenish my army and go again.
Yeah.
You see,
But I think you need to start
friend.
building your stables. Like, just come down here and start rebuilding them, and then that way you can just pump into the opponent's base really closely. They don't have to run all the way across the map.
And this is the way that I do the suicide. You know, I just say I have enough cavalry. He cannot kill me. Whatever he has in his base, he won't be able to kill me as fast as I will kill his factories. Look at that. I mean, he's bringing everything, but his factories still die.
All right, I think we might call it there then, because the game's about to finish. But
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think the most important thing for you to focus on is really just to remember to be creating those villages. That's that's really it. Making sure you're creating villages. Think about more where you're placing your manors as well. So as we talked about, that little semicircle that you can get, make sure that you've got the pocket, and don't be afraid to use longbows. You weren't using longbows at all. And so I'd encourage you to go onto the Discord, double check.
Sometimes in 1v1 I use them, sometimes.
Yeah. So the Yeoman card is a really, really important card. You might want to include that in your deck as well.
I have it in all my decks, because I don't know if I will focus in infantry or on cavalry.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Man, you have helped me so much.
Yeah. Well, I hope that helps. I'd be keen to see...
waiting for your video to make about the Incas Lakotas, so I know how to counter them.
Well, I'll put that on my list. I've got a list of stuff that that I'm working on at the moment. But what I might do, let me see if I can find it.
You know what, I'm so glad you came out on the, was it the gold point, let's say. When you started making your videos, there was no one, everything was outdated. And, I mean, you were like a big wave, you know? Just took us with you, you know?
Yeah, I'm glad I could be there, because I definitely felt like there was a bit of space in the community that there wasn't really that sort of that tutor or mentor. And even though I'm not the best player, I've got access to a lot of the best players in the game, and they can sort of help me, and then that sort of helps me stay relevant, and then I can help you guys as well. So yeah, it's really good.
You helped me a ton. I had no idea for all these things you have said. I mean, I watched even videos for other civilizations, and your last advice, I want you to tell me what team to play on 2v2s. Because I like playing cavalry. I like to being the harasser, you know, the guy that, I don't want to say it live, but you know, that being annoying, let's say.
Yeah, okay. If I'm genuinely honest at the moment, Sweden is the best civilization in
Yes,
2v2 and 3v3.
Yes, but because of the torps
Uh,
and the
Yeah.
Carolian, everyday Carolian.
that is true. But they also have the strongest hussars in the game. So Sweden have got like 4 upgrade cards for the hussars.
Really?
So if we go have a look, so if you're watching the stream, at the moment they've
I've
got...
never seen you. I've never seen you play with cavalry. To be honest. So I thought like Sweden has no cavalry, you know.
Yeah, we can't build stables until age 5. But once we get there, so they've got hand infantry and hand cavalry attack. They've got hand cavalry hit points.
That's
They've
it.
got thin horses, which is a 25% hit point boost. And they've got trample tactics, which is a further 15% hit point boost. So you get these absolutely crazy, I think it's 15, so that's 30, so it's 55% health and 15% hand attack. So I would recommend Sweden.
They have like, how about the ranged cavalry to just fend off the Spanish?
They have black riders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, but you train from the card, you mean?
Yeah, so, and then once you ship them, you can actually build them from the saloon.
Okay. Interesting.
So that would be my recommendation, at
You
least
want
at the
to
moment.
make me a Swedish cockroach, don't you?
Yeah. Well, as I said earlier, I think Sweden are probably going to get nerfed in the incoming patch.
Yeah, I know.
We've got a patch coming up in about 5 or 6 days. The patch will be coming out.
I think
So,
3. They said 3 days.
oh really? Okay, cool.
They have a counter on it.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, I'm a bit worried for my blueberries. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But look, yeah. Other than that, all right. Well, thank you once again for coming on. It's been really good.
Thank you so much for doing this for me. I hope I will keep up to expectations to be, a good Padawan, not a Sith apprentice. We're Jedi side.
Yeah, I think you've done very well. Just don't fall to the dark side. All right.
Okay, we'll do that. Thank you very much for having me, man.
All right. Thanks, Ruthless.
See you soon, man. Bye.